Welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, the podcast for new and aspiring indie authors.
We're your hosts, Rachel and Rob, here to help guide you on your writing journey.
Join us each episode as we share tips, insights and practical advice to help you take the next steps towards becoming a successful indie author.
Whether you're working on your first book, navigating self-publishing, or looking to connect with fellow indie authors, this is the place for you.
So grab your notebook, settle in, and let's hit the road to your publishing dreams.
Because right in the end is just the beginning.
Hello and welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, and I'm Rachel.
No, a bit more assertive, come on.
Bit more.
You know that I keep these bits in, you know,
No,
when you go,
Hi, welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap.
yeah, just falling asleep.
Yeah. You should leave the bloopers in.
I do. So all this will be in it.
You can tell I don't watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, and I'm Rachel, and this is, on whatever side he's on, Rob.
It's episode 12.
You're not called episode 12.
You're going to start again. Episode 12. Go on, you can do it. I have faith in you.
God. Hello and welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, and this is episode 12, where we're talking about newsletters, mailing lists, and all that fun stuff. And I'm Rachel, and Rob is on one of these sides.
Right.
That's such a name.
But like when I intro it, I go, hi, blah blah blah. I'm Rob Radcliffe, and then I let you say your name. So let's do it again.
We're just gonna have a whole episode of intros.
You're staying in. Come on, last time.
Oh my god. Hello, welcome to the Indie Author Roadmap, and this is episode 12 and the 12th intro of where we're going to talk about newsletters and mailing lists. And I'm Rachel, and he is
Rob. Hiya. Yeah, that's half the.
that one's staying in.
Yeah, that's right. That. So just do a quick 10 minutes, and that's the episode.
Yeah. How to do intros on podcasts. There you go.
Yeah.
How not to do them.
Right. So
and apparently, I'm not going to talk a lot on this one because you've got a lot to say.
Well, no, we'll bounce off each other.
It's the Rob Radcliffe episode.
No, it won't be. It won't be. Because I do tend to waffle on a bit, and you know more about things than me. I'm just faking it to make it me.
Same.
After 20 books written, still faking it till I make it.
After 50 books, I'm still doing the same.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get on. How's your writing been?
I've not written today. We've had a swap.
So why have you not written, Rachel?
Because I was up last night watching Night Agent, which is very good actually. If you've not seen Night Agent, go and watch it. But not when you're supposed to be writing.
So you were up last night watching things, and then you got up this morning.
And then when my alarm went off this morning, I'm like, I'm too tired.
I was up at 4:30 this morning in this little cold writing shack, and I did 4,000 words before 9 o'clock this morning.
Well done.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm having a massive writing. This is kind of like stopping to record. This is my break for the day, because I need to get these words down for this this novella I'm putting out in Easter. I've done 8,000 words so far, and I'm doing it until 6 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna be hammering it. So I'm gonna be doing a Rachel Morton today.
Are you trying to do a 12-hour writing sprint?
No, well, no, because it's not all the way through. I'll obviously go and walk the dog and have some to eat, but mostly.
Are you going for a 10,000 word day?
It'll be more. It'll be more than a 10,000 word day. Yeah. Which is
I need
great.
one of those to get my book finished. I'm right at the end and I'm messing around.
You still not finished it?
No.
What are you
like
writing?
Procrastination mode at the end of the book. I'm driving myself nuts because I want to start my next book.
So you started writing that one?
No, I'm not allowed myself to start it, and I'm like, I want to start the next book, but I don't know. It's the longest ending ever.
Yeah, it must be. Because
Yeah.
I think
And
it was
I've overshot my word count again because the book was supposed to be about 60,000 words and I'm at 96,000.
when you're 96.
Yeah.
Is it wide or is it KU, this one?
It'll be KU.
Nah,
Yeah.
page reads, laughing.
Yeah. it it's complete fantasy, romantasy thing, which is a KU genre. So,
Cool.
yeah.
Right, mailing lists. So, Rachel, why do you need a mailing list in this day and age? Because email is kind of old, isn't it?
Maybe, but it's the thing you have that you control. That's the way I always had a mailing list because you can't. It's there's loads of things that go into it, but the main thing is your mailing list is your list of your readers that you own that list.
Yeah, exactly. And we were just talking about off air. I was chatting to an author the other day, and with that TikTok thing that happened a few weeks ago, where they turned America's TikTok off. Now this particular author, she just markets through TikTok. That's all she does, and 75% of her readers were from America. So I said, well, have you got a mailing list? And she said no. And well, you're going to lose 75% of your people then, because you won't be able to contact them. You know, you need a mailing list and stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, I've been meaning to do it. And she's earning money. You know, she's earning a living doing, from TikTok. But having that email list is yours. It belongs to you, and it's full of your people. And it's just you just need one,
Yeah.
even if it's just once a month, a quick note about you, reminding people that you're still there. It's something, and yeah, so I shouted at her and told her you need to get on it, and
Yeah.
we're going to talk through a bit of process and a bit of mindset about mailing lists because when I started, it was all about mailing list.
It was, yeah. And I've seen someone have the same thing happen. It's before TikTok where their Amazon account was shut down because sometimes Amazon randomly does that to people, and he had no way of letting everyone know what had happened to him because he didn't have a mailing list.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and to start off with, people are always going, well, how can I get people on my mailing list? How do you get people on your mailing list?
Um, all sorts. I have it in the front and the back of my book. The link, the sign up link, landing page, whatever you want to call it, for my mailing list. So it's in my books. It's pretty much everywhere I am. It's on all my social medias. It's I used to years ago have just a little advert running to entice them with a free book if they sign up for my mailing list.
Right.
But basically, anywhere I am, the link to my mailing list is there.
Yeah.
If
And
it's on my Facebook page, it's on my Instagram.
yeah,
Yeah.
I spoke because I've helped new authors, and I do mention mailing lists and stuff once we've got through. Once we've got through, formatting the book and doing cover designs and whatever, and we're at that part where you have to think about marketing because you're nearly ready to publish. I've mentioned mailing lists, and they've always been really scared about it. Now it is a bit technical, like setting up, and you can be very overwhelmed just with, well, how do I do this? But this is how you do this. So first of all, these mailing lists, what are they called now? CRMs? Are they called CRMs? Content
Oh, the
marketing.
coloured content management. Yeah.
Irrelevant. Anyway, these marketing platforms like MailerLite, ConvertKit,
It's
Constant
just called
Contact,
Kit now, isn't it?
Kit, yeah,
Yeah.
Constant Contact. There's loads of them. I've
Mailchimp.
Mailchimp, but I'd never really
See, I've used
tell.
Mailchimp, and that was actually where I started, and it was really good. But they're one of the ones. However many you've got on your list, the price goes up, and I got to a level where I was paying $100 a month for my mailing list. I'm like, I need something cheaper. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah, because MailChimp, they used to be the one that everyone went to, didn't they? And they had 2003. You had 2003 subs, and then it'd be tiered. But then Inuit took them over, a big Canadian company, I think, and they're a bit of a conglomerate, and they bought MailChimp, and they just turned everything on its head, and it's a lot more expensive per sub now, just to keep them there. And then that's really where MailerLite sort of swoops in, and they're a cheaper alternative, and you get 1,000 free subs, and you also get free automation, which is massive. You know, the free automation thing. What you do if you're setting up a MailerLite or a ConvertKit account, Kit account, Kits have got a new thing called newsletter tier, and you have 10,000 free subs, but you only have one automation, and then other things are limited. But when setting up, it's more than enough. You know, if you've got that one automation, and I'm going to talk through this because people might be going, oh, well, what's automation? I don't understand. But if you have that one automation, that's fine. You can get sign-ups, you can collect the email addresses, and you can send out broadcasts to code on Kit. I use Kit and MailerLite, so those are the ones that are big championing. And there will be bits in the show notes this week. So before I get on it, you speak a little bit more, because I'm not going to stop.
I don't know. What do you want me to say? Because you were like teaching people on it, so I was just agreeing with you.
So you're just going to chime in every now and go, yeah.
Yeah. I did enough talking, trying to get the intro right.
Just put you on mute. Just mute yourself, and you can just do as long as you're looking in the camera, for YouTube. Just write, do some writing.
In fact, if you mute me, and then I can dictate, and then it actually looks like I'm talking.
Yeah, but that won't work because any moment you'll be bouncing on your bed, pretending to sword fight with baddies and stuff, won't you? Because haven't you done that?
Yeah. So what do you have on your automation? What have you got on your automation?
On my automation, oh God, I should have brought it up, shouldn't I? Oh, I've got one here actually.
I'll tell you what's on mine. I've got a 5-level automation over about 6 weeks, I think it is.
Right, go on. Talk us through your automation, and then I'll explain what automations are and everything behind it. We're doing this the wrong way, aren't we?
Yeah. You should do it first. You should explain what it is.
Right. Okay. So first of all, you need to get yourself a domain name, and this sounds extremely scary and stuff, but it costs not a lot of money, and it's your author.com. Generally speaking, so it's joeblogs.com or joeblogsauthor.com or joeblogswrites.com. It's completely up to you. It's going to be your domain name. And then with that domain name, I personally use Wix. It's a bit more expensive, but everything's there, and I do design websites and stuff, and it's very good. So on Wix, it costs £13, I think, for the year for a domain name. And then you've got that for a year, and once you've got that domain name, you can then open up an attachment to that, which will be a business email address. So it will say rob@robradcliffe.com, say, because that's mine. And then you'd pay for the business email. Depending where you go for it, you can. I mean, the one that we're paying for the Indie Author Roadmap is, I think, £1 a month, and that's with, let me get it up, IONOS, IONOS. They're quite a big company. I've never actually said the name out loud until now. So that's one we use for the Indie Author Roadmap, and you get your domain name, and you get a few free emails, business email addresses, which you can then put rob@robradcliffe.com, and it'll cost you a couple of quid a month. And then once you've got that, that will be the email that you'll send out. You can't use Gmail and stuff because spam laws and this, that, and the other. It needs to be traceable back to you. It's a thing. It's just code of practice and all that spam laws and whatever it is. So once you've got that, once you've got your rob@robradcliffe.com, you have a domain name which you can then use to build a website, and that'll be where people go. But you, before that, you also have your email, your business email address. The reason that I use Wix, it's about £6 a month, I think, is that it's on Google Workspace, so it's basically, it feels like a Gmail account, but it's got your rob@robradcliffe.com thing. So once you've got that, then you need to choose yourself a platform. MailerLite's brilliant. It's free until you've got 1,000 subs. By the time you've got 1,000 subs, you're gonna be away. You're gonna be making money. You're gonna be selling books. I use Kit as well, which is 10,000 free subs, but it's a little bit limited. So you then sign up to MailerLite, say, and just fill out the wizard, sign up, do all this, that, and the other. It'll ask you what your business is. You'll say author business, and you just go through the motions, and then they'll go and check on you. If they might ask for a website, and you can just put in there that you're still building your website, and it'll be absolutely fine. It's just, I think, one of the questions they ask on your wizard when you're signing up. Then they'll come back to you and say, yeah, everything's brilliant. And then you have yourself a email marketing platform. What do you do next? First thing, you've got the ability to create landing pages. A landing page will have your pretty background of maybe your books or one book, a reader magnet, which I'll explain in a second, and it'll have a little sign-up thing, and someone will go on that, you'll share that link, they'll sign up for your newsletter, and then their email will go straight over to your account on your dashboard, and you're then able to create emails to send to them. And that's email marketing in a nutshell, I guess.
Yeah.
How do you get them on your list? Now you can just ask, hey, sign up to my list. I'm going to do email. I'm going to do a newsletter every month, and that might be fine. You'll get a few sign-ups. Or you can use something which is called a reader magnet. That was the first phrase coined by Nick Stevenson a million years ago when we just started. Tamila Brack, who does Email Author Ninja, or something.
Ninja newsletter.
Yeah.
Some people also call it a lost leader as well, don't they?
Yeah, so it's called a lost leader, or Tamila Black calls it a cookie. What is a cookie? Reader magnet, lost leader. It can be anything really. It can be a prequel novella to your book one. It can be a epilogue to the ending of your book one. You could have a little bit extra, and you're going to give this away for free in exchange for your email address. So there's two different ways of doing this. You can either have it exclusive to your sign-ups, which would be, say, someone's read book one, and then at the end, they get to the end of the book, and you have, hey, why don't you read what happened to XYZ next? Sign up, and I'll send you the short story or the novella or even the novel. And then they'll sign up, and they're what you call organic sign-ups, and they've already read your first book, and they're on there because they like what you've done, and they want more. They want to be part of your tribe. The other kind of sign-up would be, say, if you write a prequel novella again, and you're going to give it away, but then you advertise it as a prequel directly, maybe on Facebook ads, or you can do email swaps on the likes of BookFunnel, which we'll talk about in a minute, and you're just kind of pushing this freebie to get people on your list, and then you're going to sell to them. So there's two different ways, and they've got the pros and cons, both of them. If you go the way of I was doing well then. I did about
You
10
were, you're
minutes.
on a roll, yeah. I was just like, I'm just going to sit here and drink my tea.
If you go the way of offering out your novella for free or straight away to people, you'll have a lot of what I like to call freebie wankers, but it's unfair.
Freebie hunters.
Yeah, freebie hunters, freebie wankers, whatever you like. I'll get into them in a moment. So if you go the way of offering up straight away, sign up and get this free thing. It'll be great because you'll get a lot of free, people like free, and you'll get a lot of people on your list. And some will then go on to read your book one or whatever. But there's a lot of people that just want the cookie, the free thing, because it's in our souls to get this
Who
shit's
doesn't want a
free.
free cookie?
Everyone wants a free cookie.
Exactly.
The only problem is you'll get a lot of people that will just go, oh, free. They'll sign up and they'll never even open it up to get it. They just want a free thing, and then they've completely forgotten about it already. That's one way of doing it, and like I said, you'll get a lot of people on there, but only a few of them will trickle through and actually read your stuff, enjoy your stuff, and like your stuff. So it'd be sort of like a filter process from there that you'd be doing.
I think that's the old school way of doing it, though, isn't it? I think lots of people are moving away from that now because of the freebie hunters.
Yeah. I mean, when I started, I had 9,000, and I mean, I was doing like email swaps. I was doing the book funnel promos. You can enter into a free promo with a load of other authors who've got people on their list, and everyone says, all these authors will say, I'm doing a promo, these are all the books for free. And it's powerful. You'll get a lot of people on your list, but then will people read it? Are they interested in it? Are they just getting the free thing? And I mean, I had 9,000 people on my list at one point, and I was paying for them being on my list. But then I was doing emails and stuff, sending out newsletters, and I was getting like 20% open rates if I was lucky.
Yeah. I was doing the same. I had about the same as you, and I used things like Insta Freebie, as it was called then, and Story Origin. But
Story Origin.
I had about the same amount as you on there, and I was paying a fortune, and I was getting like 25% open rate.
Yeah, 20-25% open rate, and like, I was with MailerLite then. Kit didn't have this 10,000 thing, and so after that initial 1,000 people, I was paying, and then I was sending out newsletters telling people about my books and stuff, and every time I'd send one out, I'd get the few that had emailed back, and who were my fans basically, but then I'd be getting a 20% open rate, so 9,000, well, call it 10,000 people for maths. That means that only of the 10,000 emails I'm sending out, only 2,000 people are opening them. And then I'd always get a load of unsubscribes as well. Yeah. So people think that you came on my list to get my free thing, and now you're unsubscribing because you don't know who I am, because you didn't even you didn't even read the free thing.
And then some of them also report you as spam on that little question they get at the end, why you're leaving, and they can click didn't sign up for this or spam, which then it potentially can get you in trouble with the company you're with.
Yeah, it's very low, the amount of spam reports you're allowed. So and these are the issues when you do things like this. I mean, I've just started letting people know on TikTok that I have a reader magnet for my Peter Pan retelling. It's like a little short story that's going to be before you read Peter Pan, and the only reason I'm doing it this way is because it's sort of targeted anyway, and people aren't going to be bothering if they don't want to actually sign up and read this thing. It's targeted because it's in the book talk community. They want to read things. They're hungry to read new things. So I think it should do well if it takes off. But then I will just get a lot of freebie hunters as well, and it's about cultivating that. The other way to do it is to have your book one, and you've got your freebie, novella, whatever your cookie reader magnet is, and have it at the back of book one. It's exclusive to people who have read book one, and that's what you call organic sign-ups, because they've read all the way through your book, they've enjoyed it, and now you're giving them a little thank you freebie thing, and they're allowed to become part of your crew. And it's much more effective, and these people, you're slowly turning these people into your people, as opposed to the other way, having everyone there on your list and then sifting through the freebie hunters. That all sounded like a thing, didn't it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's the two ways of getting sign-ups. I actually now, I still have my get your free book thing, and I still do promote it occasionally, but I have, because I've got a paid account, you can have multiple landing pages and
Yeah.
lists. So I have a list just for them, so that when I'm sending out general newsletters and I'm ticking them, I can look in that list specifically. If I've got people that are just sitting there for 6 months and not opening anything, I can just throw them off.
Yeah. And all of these platforms, if you have people that just aren't opening your emails and stuff, it's recorded, it's the data, and then they will, every 3 months, I think, every quarter, you can purge them. Now, I had 9,000 people like you, and I ended up purging 7,000 people.
I did
It
about the
hurt,
same.
and I cried so much, because you still feel like they're part of your crew, even though they're
Yeah.
not. It's just
I did the same, but I downloaded my email list first, and then I purged it.
so you've got.
So I've still got all the emails, but I was like, I'm paying a fortune, and I'm not getting the open rates. And when I look, there's people here that have literally only ever opened that welcome email, and that's it. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But then people say to you that they don't always report correctly, these reports.
Yeah, and well, there's another thing as well, and I do it when you have your email browser. I mean, all my emails come through to my mail, my Apple Mail, and when you open it, you've got the view pane there, so you're not clicking. You're not clicking on the email because it's there already.
Yeah.
So your mailer lighter, your kit or whatever, sees that as an unopen.
Yeah.
So you could have people that are reading all your emails, enjoying them, but that is the reason why you should always do a call to action in your email, just to get people to do something, to click, so it can be registered. This is going to be well overwhelming for someone who hasn't got an email list. But
Yeah.
if it is, and you're interested in starting an email list, and you haven't got one, and you don't know what to do, please,
Come message in the group.
yeah, put a message in the group. I'll also, in the show notes, I'll put the email address at the bottom. It's on the website anyway.
But at the very basic level, you need your domain name for your email address, because I think most of the companies now won't let you have a Gmail or a Hotmail or anything. You've got to have a proper domain, haven't you?
Yeah, you can. You can open up a MailerLite or whatever with your normal joeblogs@gmail.com, but you can't send from that
No.
because it's spam laws.
Yeah, so at the basic level, you need your email, you need a personalised email address, and a landing page on MailerLite with a sign up. That's it. That's the very basic you need. A sign up form with your email address.
Yes, yeah, that's the very basic.
Yeah. Something to collect emails, whether you do all the fancy automation, how to get the minute stuff, it doesn't matter. You need somewhere, a sign up, and the ability to email them.
And if you need any help, we're here, because I do this shit. I set this stuff up for authors, and I enjoy it. I don't know why I do, but probably just because it's procrastination. I don't have to write.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
but yeah, I've done this I've set this up for a dozen authors to the point where I've set up all the domain names and stuff. I'll talk them through it. So I'm on hand, and I'm sure you will be if you're not watching whatever stuff you're watching now.
Have you finished Black Sails?
No, but I went to bed early last night. Anyway, I only watched one episode, and then I went to bed, and I woke up at 4, and this is what happens when I go to bed before midnight, I guess. And woke up at 4, and I was in here at 4:30 because I'm a real writer today.
Yeah.
What are you?
Next week it'll be back to normal.
Right, I probably will be.
Yeah. The other thing I see people ask when they get in the, what do I write in my newsletter? How often do I send a newsletter? That's what I see a lot of people posting in writing groups and things.
Yeah. So
How often do you send your newsletter?
I do one a month.
Yeah.
Ask me 6 months ago. Say 6 months, Rob. Go on.
Go on, past Rob. 6 months ago, how often do you send newsletters?
I haven't sent one for a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go on, ask 6 months ago me.
6 months ago, Rachel. How often do you send your emails?
Every Sunday.
Oh, so you do a weekly one?
Yeah. Ask present me.
Go on.
I can't remember when I last sent one.
Yeah, and do you know what? I'm such a hypocrite, and it's very much do what I say, not what I do. Because
Yeah.
my authors, I bang into about emails and stuff because it is the foundation of your business. It doesn't matter where you're marketing, this is the foundation of your business that you have. And I always say, you need all this stuff, blah blah blah, and then they say, well, when do you send yours out? Because I've signed up just to get an idea. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to start doing that. Yeah. But yeah, I do one a month, just because I don't really have anything to say every week. I guess
I used to do mine weekly. I got busy and fell out of the habit. But I used to do it weekly, and it was like brief paragraph of what I've been up to that week. I would post, this is what you've missed on Patreon. Would post links to all my posts on Patreon, and then I would just tell them what. Yeah. And then I used to just do a paragraph of what I was writing.
That's cool.
And then any other news underneath that, like if I had, it wasn't Kickstarters I did, it was like mystery boxes, sign up for, any other crap I had going on, business-wise, would go there.
Your news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would send it to them. Yeah.
Do you have? Because I've recently, getting back into the world of authoring and stuff. I've recently set up both my pen names, brand new emails. I've exported my people, but it was one email address, and I was kind of like, it was one list that I had, and I was sending out from two emails from my RJ and from my Rob Radcliffe, but it was sort of to the same list. So I've had to segment. There's some people that will be on both, but there's other people that must have been like, "Why tell me about this shit? I want time travel. I don't want funny bullshit, And so it was difficult. So I've got 2 separate accounts now, which means twice as much for me, but it's keeping everything separate.
But at the end of the day, if you've got 2 different lists, and it depends on what style newsletter you're sending out, you can do mostly duplicate information apart from the book stuff.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the bones of it is copy and paste for both newsletters. So and then at the bottom, I've put my Patreon thing on now.
Yeah.
For the Rob Radcliffe ones, something like, do you want to get ahead of the game or something? Blah blah blah. Because I put my works in progress on there, and then after that at the bottom, I've got a a list of all my books with links that go straight over to them if they're interested. And they always get a few clicks, and I get a few sales each time, which is great, you know. So I should really be more into sending newsletters because I get sales every time I do.
Yeah. But don't do what I did on mine, because I've got two pen names, but mine are two very different pen names, and I had them on the same MailerLite account. And at the bit when you're sending your email, it asks you which email subscriber list you want to send from, and I didn't realise it had all of them checked, so I sent this email out. So obviously it went to both pen names, and the other pen name that it wasn't for was obviously like, I got lots of emails of spam. I didn't sign up for this. I'm like, oh shit. So now I've actually got two MailerLite accounts, for one for each name, just because they're so different.
Did you email them back and say, "Don't worry, it was me, sorry"? Or did
No.
you?
No, I did not. I just when I moved, when I'm like, I need to not do that again, and decided I was opening a new MailerLite account, the people that had unsubscribed specifically from that email, I re-signed them up on my new MailerLite account, because I thought if they've only unsubscribed because they were like, who the hell is this person?
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, and I guess if you didn't put, "Oh, it was me, sorry" kind of thing, they just obviously thought it was a, well, what's this?
Spammy author, yeah, because the books are completely different, so it's a totally different audience.
Yeah, and they don't know it's you anyway, so you can do that.
Yeah, so they didn't know that crappy email had come from actually me, so I could just, because I'm assuming they would normally have stayed on my list if the email was from me. But yeah, don't do that.
I did something similar on TikTok the other day. Because I've got my two accounts, I did a brilliant time travel slideshow and posted it on my Rob Radcliffe account that talks about rom-coms. And really, oh God, yeah. So anyway, newsletters. You're going to have a sign-up thing at the back of your book, regardless of if you're going to. Well, we need to talk about the cookie.
Cookie, yeah. I've got novella prequels. I've got 3, because I've got different series. So I've got prequels that go to 3 of my series.
Do you offer them all?
Yeah.
In one go?
No. It depends. You know, I just like to make my world complicated. So obviously I have my my Death Dealers has got a case of, because my Death Dealers series is 2 characters. It's, you know, the girl, and then he's a bounty hunter for the Mage's Council. So it's a one of his cases. It's literally start to finish, he solves a case. That's his. It's not like a prequel. It's literally just a case. It's an extra story with him on his own.
Side quest.
Yeah, basically, because she's the main character in the series and he's like the secondary character, so it's his stuff. But then I've got 2 novellas on my pen name X, and they're both prequels for characters, because on my other name I write vampires, so they can do stories that are like hundreds of years ago. And, you know, you can see a bit of the life when my characters were like human or whatever.
Yeah. So I've got for my RJ Radcliffe, I've just got 2 short stories. I think they're about 7,000 words each, and they were from a divine one. From a divine series, I've got Messiah, which is taking a character that. And basically, I took a scene out of my second book and did it from his point of view, and then kind of created a story around that one scene. So I cheated a little bit. I borrowed some of my stuff from one of my books, but it worked well. And then I wrote a beginning bit, a really good beginning bit. He's basically getting stabbed and stuff in a side alley and getting mugged, and now he's immortal. So he's having to pretend to die and stuff, and there's a lot of monologue saying like, years ago I wouldn't have done this, but I just want an easy life. I don't want to have to, kill them all when they see that I'm not dying,
Yeah.
And so it's really good. And I thought to jump in, if you're going to jump into to it from there, you're getting all the information. So yeah, that's quite good. And then I offer up that, and then I offer up Once Upon a Tide, which is it's basically opening up the world of Athea, which is my fairy tale retelling world or continent. And that's so 2 short stories for R.J. Radcliffe, and for Rob Radcliffe, I offer one of the biggest novels that I've written. It was my first Ladlet novel called The Race, and then also my blog post book. So one of them's for my series, my flagship series, and then the other one is basically my blog post, so it's my voice and stuff. So
Yeah.
funny little stories, and I offer up my Rob Radcliffe stuff free for anyone or any time, kind of thing, just to get people in. They're all for sale on Amazon as well for a minimal amount, and then you can get them free on my website. Blah blah blah. And my R.J. Radcliffe stuff is exclusive, so you have to read Guardian before you can be invited to the newsletter list. Although now I'm changing that a little bit because I've got it on my link tree, so my socials, you can get to it that way as well. Yeah, so that's what I offer.
Yeah.
So do you have what automations? So once you've got your email platform, your MailerLite or your kit or your whatever, you can then do, this is going to be well technical now, you can then set up an automation. So when someone signs up, you don't have to send them I need to talk about butt funnel as well. We're on 42 minutes already.
No. So talk about the automations first, because like that's if you were sat down with an author, setting their thing up, you'd be like, right, go get your domain name,
Yeah.
go get your website address, your email address, and you're like, right, now we're going to sign up for MailerLite or MailChimp or whatever service they want to sign up for. What would you next do for them? I assume you'd next start doing their automations.
Yeah, of course, because they don't have the. Yeah. So thank you. Who's the most organised in this conversation? It should be me because I do this shit. Right, anyway. So once you've done all that stuff, you then want to start writing your automation emails, usually 2 or 3. And in those, your first one will be sent out as soon as they sign up. They will receive an email. Well, they'll receive a confirmation clicky thing, and then they'll receive an email. And when you have your cookie, you'll put that inside that email, and it'll be, "Hi, thanks for signing up to my list. Please make sure that your emails are in your primary inbox," and stuff like that, just to make sure that they're whitelisted and they're not going into the dreaded promotions file, never to be seen again. And then just introduce yourself a bit more, and here is the free thing, and you'll have a link which they can then go and download, which we'll talk about quickly in a minute. So then that'll be your first email. And your next one that you might be, how are you enjoying the freebie? If you've read it, please let me know, because you want engagement, you want people to be emailing you back. Please respond to this email. How did you enjoy it? If it's on Amazon or on wherever, then ask them if they might think about leaving a review. If it's exclusive, then you don't need to bother because it's not anywhere. And that'll be basically your second email. And then your third one, let me find mine now, because this is the time to talk about this, isn't it?
I don't have quite like that. I have, so the first email I have like you with the, here's your free book that you've signed up for, blah, 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 welcome to my world. And then the second one, my email is, it usually comes out like a couple of days later. I think it's like set for 48 hours later, and it's like, I'm just checking if you managed to get the file. If not, here's the link again, and if you're having any problems, email me. Yeah. And then my third email, I start asking for anything till the last email. My third email is like, I hope you enjoyed the book, blah, blah, blah. Let me introduce myself. I'm such a body, I write in these worlds. And I just introduce myself as an author.
So the way and there's a few ways to do this as well. I'm doing the Tamil Brat version, and I'll explain why in a moment. So the first email will be welcome. Thanks for signing up. And then I'll have 2 links to host the books for them to download, and I'll talk a little bit about each book, and then thank you very much, see you later, and then that's the first email that they'll get when they sign up. The next email is 5 days later, saying, and these ones are on Amazon, so I'll say, have you been getting on with Unleashed and the Race? If you enjoyed the free copies, please consider adding a review or rating. You can find the Amazon book pages by clicking below. And then I've got 2 links again. And then these are geo links to the Race or Unleashed. And then just talking about maybe leaving a review or just let me know. Just email me. And then I think I put, just review it anyway. Write it, scribble it on a park bench if you want, kind of thing. That'd be great to find new readers. And then 5 days after that is me talking about me as a writer. I've got a picture of my very first book when I wrote when I was 8, which people find adorable. And then I start talking about my original Meat Market and the Ladlet series. Yeah, and then I'll go into it, and then it's a bit of a, not really a sales pitch, but just like, this is what I have, this is my shit, and then I'll talk about my next series that's coming out. I need to update this really, and then there's if you'd like to have a look at it, I can save you money if you buy the box set, and then there's a link to the Ladlet box set, which is first 3 books for, I think it's about £6. So that's that one. And then my 4th one, 5 days later, is talking about writing again, but then mentioning that I have a pen name. And then there's a link to that side of me, my RJ, and I mentioned that. So that's it, and that's sort of like what I have on the other side. So all my RJ Radcliffe stuff is basically the same, but this last one will be I also write under Rob Radcliffe, and it's 4 emails, and that's every 5 days. So from a reader's point of view, the sign up, they then you can then send them to a landing page that you've made in MailerLite or wherever, or on your website, and then so as soon as they click, they go to that landing page, and you say welcome, check your emails for all the good stuff, make sure you whitelist me so you'll receive your emails, and then you actively get them to go and do the thing, so that they're looking for your emails, and it's good for your deliverability and stuff later on in the game. And then so they go to the emails, click yes, I want to subscribe. It's called a double opt-in, and then straight away they'll be on your automation list, and they'll get the first email, which is their free thing, and then for me, every 5 days they get the new one, so that they're getting used to opening your emails, and then you do your newsletters after that automation sequence, and it's just basically onboarding them into the world of you. There's another way of doing it. It's just going to be overwhelmed, this one, for anyone who hasn't. This is why just contact us, and I will literally take time out to talk you through every step. There's another way of doing things where you'd have right, we need to talk about book fun before I go through this. How are you going to deliver this book to your reader, their cookie, reader magnet, whatever? So you're very lucky in that you have these places where you can host your book. There's Story Origin, there's Book Funnel. I think there's a few others now, but Book Funnel.
Insta freebie, wasn't it?
Yeah, they sort of come
I don't
and gone.
know. I'm not using it for ages. Book Funnel is the main one, and it's probably the best one.
Yeah, Book Funnel is the main one. So you'd sign up to the account.
It's £20 for the year.
Yeah, it's 20 £20 for the year, and you can then enables you to put your book, the digital file of your book, into it, make it look like a nice little book, and then it's hosted there so that when the reader clicks for the cookie, they go to a landing page and then click, and then they receive their cookie and download it onto their device. You can't just send them your email file, so your EPUB file in an email.
Being on BookFunnel, they can choose whatever device they want because it caters for all of them.
Yeah, and they're the customer service, so you
Yeah.
don't have to worry about that. They'll deal if there's a problem with a reader downloading. It's them that deals with that. There's another one called Story Origin, and I know a few authors that use that one. I don't like it. I think it's from a design point of view. It's a bit
Clunky.
bare and
Yeah.
beige. Yeah, a bit clunky as well. I mean, Adam's used Story Origin. He got about 16,000 people giving away a lock of Grace and Green.
Yeah, I used
So
to
it
use Story
works
Origin all
when
the
you.
time. And
Yeah, I just never. I mean, there's loads of extras on Story Origin. It can be a great writing tool as well, with your trackers and all the rest of it. But because I only use it for the one thing,
I think when you're starting out, you don't need all the things. Just go for one. And I would,
no.
if I was talking to someone brand new, I'd say BookFunnel. It's just easy. You don't have to learn anything.
Yeah, because Story Origin, they also do like
Yeah.
geolinks and all sorts, don't they? They're trying to be all the things, and I don't think it works as well. Uh, but yeah, so you've got this book funnel that you sign up to, and what they also do is they host promotions that we'll get to into another thing. So there's a way to help you get people onto your list and find readers. I'm not going to mention any more because that will be on another podcast. So then that's basically the thing. You're offering your cookie, your reader magnet. You've set up your domain, your business address into MailerLite, Kit, Constant Contact, whichever one you want to use. They're all, there's loads of them. I've used most of them as well. And then you offer out your free cookie, or you have it at the back of your book so that people can sign up to your newsletter. It triggers the automation, and then you've got them on your list and they're becoming part of your tribe, and then you can start doing newsletters every month, week, bi-weekly, fortnightly, whatever you want to do. That's
Yeah.
it. This really was the Rob Radcliffe
Yeah.
show, wasn't it?
But it's fine. I think we both got the areas that we like the best. That
Yeah. You like writing,
I like
don't
the
you?
writing part, or the Patreon part, or those kind of things.
Yeah. I mean, this goes back to just I want to learn all the things, and it's being a skinflint northerner, I think, more than anything else. Because when I started,
No.
I had no money to spend on anything. So the money that I was spending, like a subscription to Photoshop or stuff like, I mean, it's Canva and stuff now, there's more ones out. I sort of became really proficient in these things, and then setting up everything I wanted to do myself, because I didn't want to have to. If someone else can do it, I'm going to learn how to do it. And it obviously means that it's very overwhelming if you're doing it all at once, but I've had a few years of learning all these things, and I do enjoy
Yeah.
this stuff now. It's just that fucking writing that I need to get back into.
The actual main ingredient.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when I was helping AP Beckswick with his newsletters and stuff, and designing his website back when he was just taking off, he kept calling me his tech guy, and I'm like, "Fuck off! I've been writing since for 25 years. Who are you? You've done 3 books. I'm not a tech guy." And I was like, "Yeah, but I do love it." And because I love it, I'm very happy to help anyone. Just drop me an email or just comment on Facebook or wherever you can find me. I'd be happy to talk you through it all if it's all overwhelming, because I've sort of covered
Yeah.
quite a lot, and and this is literally
Yeah.
the bare bones
I mean,
of it.
like I say, the barest bones is just set up that landing page. As long as you've got a sign-up form and a list, that is the minimum you need. And a link to whack in your books.
Yeah. So that'd be a perfect time to end this one, I
What
think.
we're talking about next week.
Should we go through it, because this one's about, and we've just mentioned book funnel and stuff. Should we talk promos, email promos, and then that stuff? It's kind of a natural progression. So this was part one.
I think we should talk of promos, but like when you're putting your first book out. So not as in promos, the advanced things, but promos like getting your first reviews, getting your first book shared around.
Yeah, definitely. That's what we're doing next week, episode 13. The Unlucky for Some.
That means that this podcast has basically done a quarter of a year by the time it goes out.
Well, I'm just thinking, because the first ones are about 40 minutes. They're kind of
by the
rolling
time
into
we
an hour
get
now.
to
Last week,
September, we're going to be at 2 hour long podcasts.
Yeah. And I'll check on on stats and stuff, and people just switch off after 20 minutes. Yeah. No, yeah. So next week we'll do part 2 of this one. Yeah. Cool. Enjoy your series.
I will get some words by the end of the day. It won't be a 0 word day.
It's been emotional. I'm knackered now. See ya.